I'm going to the show anyway. I'm not gonna write it there. Something funny. That's not gonna work. My goal at the beginning of this project was to take this to Cars and Coffee. They have August 8th was the motorcycle day. And I started going there with the Impala here, and I have a 72 Wagoneer with a diesel in it. I take that there. I couldn't ride it, but I did put it in the back of my truck, and I pushed it over to the show, and it did get a lot of attention. It was really fun I started it up. Starting it at the show was the most fun thing because that would draw a crowd when a lot of people didn't quite understand that there's a diesel motor in here. And starting it really, it was really fun. And I think people were confused, but entertained. I took this bike after the car show. I took this bike for a test drive, and to be honest, it was a big disappointment. It was, I know it's supposed to be low power, but this was barely, I had to slip the clutch in first just to get out of the driveway. And the road by my house is a 25 mile an hour zone, and I chose to go uphill, and by uphill, I mean it's barely perceptible that it's uphill one way, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be pushing this thing back. So I went uphill, and I don't think I could get past 20 miles an hour. First gear second gear, shifting into second, almost bogged it down. And I know 20 horsepower is not much, but it felt like 2 horsepower. So there's a problem. You know, there's a lot of ideas running through my head of what I did wrong. If you haven't watched from the beginning, and I haven't really explained this, but I got this motor for free, but it was seized, and it was all rusted up. The pistons were rusted up, and it looked like somebody had left the exhaust open, and it just filled the cylinders with water. So I rebuilt it, and you know, I'm not an engine rebuilder. I have rebuilt some engines, but there's plenty of things I could have messed up. Also, the injection pump was completely seized up when I got it, so I had to take it all apart. And there's hundreds of pieces, not hundreds, but there's a lot of pieces. And it was very easy to do something wrong. There's a little pin in the pump. These little pins, they're like tiny, and I dropped one. I spent like an hour just looking for this one little tiny pin. There's so many things I could have done wrong. The first thing that I did is I pulled out all the injectors, because during this build there were several times where I was grinding or welding and noticed that the fuel input line was open, and I could have sprayed it with metal filings. So I took apart the injectors, I disassembled them all, I put them all back I cleaned them all, I put them all back together. No change. I started looking at the return line, actually, and this is the return line, and it was actually blocked in one of these. There's a bunch of rust or bug debris, something. So I replaced that, took it for another ride, and no change at all. And of course I've never put this in a vehicle before, so I don't have any good frame of reference, but this pin right here, this nut, behind this is a rod, and this from the factory comes with a cap on it that's safety wired. I don't know if you can see it, and this has been the cap has been removed before I got it, and I don't know what the stock adjustment is for this. There's there's a guy that put this motor in a Saturn, and he has a lot of guidance on how to set this. And I basically took his advice and I set it at, he said the maximum you should do is 33 millimeters. So I did 32. He thought that was a good setting. But that didn't really fix it. And the motor would rev up to its red line. It just wouldn't do it very fast. And there was no smoke. Like if you gave it full throttle, it wouldn't belch out any smoke, which leads me to think that it's not getting enough fuel. So, and my turbo, I can't hear any turbo noise. I checked to make sure that it was getting oil, and I did install a boost gauge, but it stays right at 0. I could rev it up, but I don't know. The next thing I'm going to do is just test for compression. But the glow plugs are so small. You have to get these glow plugs. I don't know if you can see in here. That's one of the glow plugs. It's a 8 millimeter fitting, and I have to buy an adapter or make an adapter to get my compression tester to work. So this video was supposed to be about me making the tank, replacing this temporary, I don't know what that is, it's about 16 ounces. I can't go very far right now, or I'm scared to go very far. This video is supposed to be, a quick test ride. Yeah, it's beautiful, and then start building the tank. But I don't really want to invest a whole bunch of time into building a tank for something that won't go faster than 20 miles an hour.